championship. The first time ever since the CFP era, we have no SEC teams. There's no Alabama, no Georgia, no LSU, no team in the SEC is making it to the national championship. We finally see Washington. They still playing in the Pac-12, but tonight they're playing in the national championship, and that counts as their final Pac-12 game. So of course, you have the final two undefeated teams left. They battle tonight in Houston in the national championship. This is what ESPN has just literally been talking about it all day. They're going to be talking about it after the game. They're going to be talking about it tomorrow morning. They have parties right now in Seattle. They have parties all over Michigan, Detroit, every city in Michigan and every city in Washington getting ready for this big national championship game. So of course, we might see tonight Jim Harbaugh's final game as a Michigan head coach. So yes, of course, his brother John Harbaugh, the Ravens head coach, got their loss last week against the Steelers, but he's still going to show up supporting his brother for the national championship tonight. So we potentially might see him making it to the NFL. We're going to hear from the NFL tomorrow after the game. Players you need to see tonight for this national championship game, you need to see players like Roman Wilson, who was spectacular against my Alabama Crimson Tide. Blake Corum was unbelievable. The powerhouse Michigan defense that you need to watch. They sacked my quarterback Jalen Milroe 5 times last week in the Rose Bowl. You have Washington, on the other hand. They got a speedster. You have guys like Rome Odunze. I think Dylan Johnson is out tonight, but Michael Penix, who was in the Heisman finalist. So, of course, J.J. McCarthy, I think he's heading to the NFL draft this year. But you need to see those players tonight. And, of course, Washington's defense, of course, going to handle McCarthy tonight. I'm going to see a big game. Now, what I think this is, of course, everyone knows this is the final CFP era with 4 teams and 4. Next year, some people might call it the realignment era, the expansion era, but I call it the realignment season. I'm going to call it that all season. So you guys are going to be hearing me about it. What potentially the national championship intro will be, of course, ESPN will be making like cinematic movie. Of course, ESPN is owned by Disney, so it's got to be like cinematic intros. So I think what I'll see for the championship intro is probably like wrestling style, because like Cody Rhodes, like finish the story, and that's what I think the intro will be. Like Washington, Michigan is just like probably like helmets collide, and like Cody Rhodes just saying that, and probably I think my prediction on the intro. But potentially the final prediction is the scores. My prediction: Washington beats Michigan 35-26. It's gonna be a close game, but the fourth quarter, it will be probably gonna be like a blowout, like Michigan doesn't answer back. But we might see tonight